Escape. Escape. Today we're hanging up some pictures. So we want equal placement across here. So I just have to take some measurements, leave a reveal, like maybe we'll leave 4-inch reveal between the shower and the picture and the edge of the wall and the picture. So I'll take that into account when I do my measurements. And then we have a height too. So like the minimum height above the, so it's eye level for, me. So like maybe 3 inches above the light switch there. So that's 2 inches. Yeah, so 2 inches will be good. That looks good. And then we have to add 10 inches to that. So 12 inches is where we'll need to mark. And the reason how I'm coming up with that is I'm adding 2 inches to this, the top of the keyhole there to the bottom of the frame. So that's 10 inches. And then we're using our picture hanger assortment, Hillman Picture Hanger Assortment Kit. So we just need the light duty ones. Probably use them right there. And I have a hammer and a level. So this is my level that I got. So I got my Fort Ticonderoga #2. Gen Xers know that well. We took our testing with it. Had it marking the ellipses. All right, so let's get a measurement. 12 inches from here. I know it'll be somewhere around here, so I'll just make that mark. So now I know that that's my level mark. And then we just have to be close. So let me get the width of the picture. So if we do 4 3/4 plus this, so it'll be 8 3/4. So we'll do our first mark here, 8 3/4. I think it'll be right there, right here. And then we want our next mark. We'll do our next mark from there, 8 3/4 also, from this end. And then we'll use our level to make sure that it's good. So that mark I made is going to be behind the picture, so it doesn't really matter. Then we need to find the center point between those two marks. That's how easy it is. So the center point between those two. So we have 29 inches. That makes it easy. So that's 10, it's 14 1/2 inches. 14 1/2 inches. And then we just have to pick a point. It's going to be our level mark. And I think what we'll do is we'll take this like this. So it's going to be wonky, but we're going to make sure we're level. I want to make sure I'm on the line. I can't really see it with the lighting. Let's see if we turn the lights on, see if that makes it better. Yeah, it makes it better. All right, so we want level, right? There's our level mark. Okay, we got our mark there. And we'll do the same thing over here. Make sure we're level. And then we'll just make our mark on the wall there. So then we know exactly where this one is our reference point. So I started here, right? So we'd make sure that we'd be, and this actually has a ruler on it, which is cool. So we make sure we're 4 1/2 inches. So that's 15 1/2 right there, right? Yeah. And then 9 and something, so then 4 3/4 plus that. So yeah, looks like we're good. So these little ones I think will be fine. Little one right there. I think that'll be fine for holding it. And I got my old school Stanley hammer here. So now we're going to put this hole right there. I want to make sure that this nail is lined up exactly with this spot. Yeah, right here. There we go. Hey, look at that. It's nice. If I have to raise it, I will. Not a big deal. All right, and to do this, you can see that the nail goes through like that in an angle. And that angle helps keep it from popping out. All right, so gravity and all that good stuff. And this was our reference mark. So we'll get this one started. See, so it pops through the drywall. Let's see how this one goes. Yeah, look at that. It actually worked. Okay, and then I'll get it started at an angle here. And then I'll rotate this down, put it flush with the wall. And then that way, when I hammer this nail and it hammers in at the angle that it's supposed to. So I don't know if you see what I mean. Like I got it started just so it'll hang there. And then I push this against the wall because this metal keeps the angle of the nail like that. Look at that. All right, so I'm hanging pictures here in our bathroom. So this is our guest bathroom, right? So you get you here, yeah. And I took a measurement where I wanted to reveal, so I got like a 4-inch reveal here. And then I decided where I wanted the picture to be. So I had like 1.5 inches, 2 inches above the light switch. And then I did the same thing, reveal here, 4-inch reveal. And the way I got the 4 inches and the center of that was I took the width of this, which is 9.5, divided it by 2, and then used that measurement, 4 3/4 added to the 4 inches. So that's 8 3/4, and that's where I put that mark. Same thing here, 8 3/4. And then I used my tape measure between those two marks, and I came up with the mark here. I then used my level, so I got a level here. I used this level then to, since it's a small level, I used it to translate the mark from here to here height-wise. You can see that's my horizontal mark, but that's not where the crisscross mark was. I had the crisscross mark a little bit lower. But I used that as a reference to know where I needed to put it, so I just drew the horizontal line there. And then I translated the mark that I had here over to here. And as you can see, we already have pictures hung. So now I'm going to finish hammering in this nail, which I think it is hammered in. And this is the Hillman kit I'm using. I'll show you the kit. So it's a good kit. It's got several different weights. I was going to go with a really small one here to hang it, but it was, or no, it's even a smaller one, but it was just too small, I think. I wanted it a little bit beefier because if you can see, there's some small, yeah, see that little tiny nail right there? It's like too tiny. I wouldn't be comfortable hanging these pictures because they got some weight to them. There's a mirror on it. So, and then we'll see if we can get that hung up. Yeah, look at that. It's just so nice. It looks at that level. Yeah, buddy. We got some pictures done. That's all from Mrs. Udo. She gave me a job to do while they're at the beach. She had her at the beach. I like the beach bar. I like to go to the beach bar. You know, I know I need sun. But yeah, it's cool. Yeah, so that's my picture hanging skills for today. And we're actually shooting a video. So this is the, so you get to see that on my YouTubes. Yeah, buddy. on my YouTubes. All right, so there you go. That is picture hanging in a room. If you have 3 pictures to hang, start with your endpoints, right? Figure out where it's going to be. Because it's an odd number, it makes it easy. And then you just pick the point. If you get an even number, it'll be slightly more challenging sometimes. But this made it easy. I decided on a reveal between, and boom. So, and then she wanted in alphabetical order. So escape, refresh, unwind. So escape. So I gotta include that in the video. Escape. Escape. Refresh. Refresh. Unwind. Unwind. Escape. 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 Escape.